So I believe that innovation is a skill that people can have naturally, but it's also a skill that can be learned, right? Finding those areas of innovation can be learned and be honed.
Well, I think innovation is new ideas that add value or updated ways of approaching or thinking about something with the end goal of adding value.
And I always say that technology is not the only way to innovate. It's also process improvements and doing things differently.
So for me, innovation, it's not just about implementing new ideas. I think it's about finding the right people around you. And I think it's more about people, you know.
Hi everyone, welcome to the IT Global Direction. My name is YuliyaAndRorisangHBaloyi, and today I have the most intelligent woman in the industry. I'm so excited to hear what they're going to talk about today. If we could quickly introduce ourselves to our viewers, starting with Idunnu. Please introduce yourself to our viewers.
Hey, hello everyone. My name is Idunnu Omishore. I'm originally from Nigeria, but I live in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada.
Thank you. And Yulia?
Hello, everyone. My name is Yulia. I'm originally from Ukraine, and I live in Argentina and now in Canada, Calgary.
Awesome. And Zimasa?
Hi, everyone. My name is Zimasa. I am in South Africa, originally from South Africa as well.
Awesome. And Lauren?
Hello, everyone. My name is Lauren Pewick. I'm originally from small town Fernie, BC, but I'm here in Calgary, Alberta today.
Awesome. I'm excited to have you today. I'm really excited for the topic that we're going to be discussing today. So today we'll be discussing what is innovation. There's different perspectives around there of what innovation is, but I'm really interested to hearing from you as innovation experts on what innovation is. Idunnu, do you mind just giving our viewers what's your interest within this topic of innovation?
Yes, sure. Well, I will start from like my educational background. I have an undergraduate degree in statistics, and I went on to do a master's in biostatistics. And it got to a point where I wanted to start my PhD, and I'm like, okay, what do I want to do? The world is changing, it's evolving. I finished my master's at I think 5 years ago. Yeah, 5 years ago, and so much has changed. And just the decision to choose what to go do my PhD in was like a really big thing for me. And, with my work experience, I realized that no matter what you actually go in to do in school, whatever, it's all about innovation. So what value can I bring to the table? How can I make things better? How can I make processes better? So I decided to go back to school, do my PhD, and take a program in business management, but I'm specializing in strategy and innovation. So I believe that innovation is a skill that people can have naturally, but it's also a skill that can be learned, right? Finding those areas of innovation can be learned and be honed. So that's exactly how it applies to me right now.
Awesome. Thank you, Idunnu. It's an interesting perspective, and the fact that you're already doing it today on your PhD, it will bring a very learned view of what innovation is. All right, Zimasa, on your side, what could you please just give us a view on why is this topic aligning with you?
So I'll give a bit of background about myself. So I work in the financial services sector, specifically banking, but my background is also insurance and telco. And there's a big drive, especially with telcos going from telco companies to tech companies. And this is also because of, the use of digital as innovation, as a catalyst for innovation. And I always say that technology is not the only way to innovate. It's also process improvements and doing things differently. That's innovation, finding problems and opportunities in the market, because as Idunnu said earlier on, is socially people are changing, their needs and wants are changing, so businesses have to adapt and remain competitive in that era, and that's what makes me passionate about innovation.
Thank you so much, C. Your background as well and the industries you've applied this on will be a very interesting view as well on what innovation is. Lauren, how is this topic linking to you?
So for myself, when I was going to university for information design, I started specializing in human-centered design. And then from there, I started specializing in social innovation. And that really got me into the innovation space and it allowed me terminology to express innovation and new ideas, because I think I've always been an idea heavy person. And as like the group of us, I'm sure we go out into the world and we're like, this could be better. And it, like, adding value was mentioned, all of that really resonated with me. And so social innovation was a place where I started thinking about new ideas and adding value and making things better from a human perspective, and doing that research within a real life context. And then it really helped me be able to expand what is innovation to other areas of my life. And I think that it resonates pretty strongly regardless.
All right, thank you so much, Lauren. I think you're also going to bring in the academic aspect to it, as well as real life experience of what innovation is. Excited to hear your views as well. And last but not least, Yulia, how is this topic linking to your world?
Oh, it's really funny history. I think I'm a master in automatization and computer integrated technology. And now I work like user experience design. So for me, innovation, it's not just about implementing new ideas. I think it's about finding the right people around you. And I think it's more about people,
Okay. All right. So it seems like, so I came in with a perception that innovation is all about technology. But from what I'm gathering on this conversation is that there is a people aspect to it. It's not all about technology. If you could briefly, maybe starting with Lauren, what is innovation from your perspective? What is innovation?
Well, I think innovation is new ideas that add value, or updated ways of approaching or thinking about something with the end goal of adding value. And I think, to Yulia's point about the people around you, I think innovation itself can be very creative, it can be very free-flowing, but so you need people around you to innovate and to have the ideas and to make a purpose, but you also need people around you that will keep you in check around your innovation, because you can really go off into sides and tangents and all of these things of what could be. And that's great. And all of that brainstorming has a place in the world and has a place in the effort of innovation. But I think people play two parts in innovation. It's who is this for? And also somebody asking you that, remember who this is for. Right?
Yeah. So understanding who you're delivering to. So not just coming up with your own ways of actually making assumptions of what other people believe innovation is.
Yeah.
Collaborative efforts are required when being innovative. Interesting. Idunnu, any additions to this definition of what innovation is?
Absolutely. And I totally agree with you, Rorisang and Lauren. It's really about the people. So it's understanding the needs that you're going to meet, right? You can't be innovative if you don't know why you're doing it, who it's for. It involves a lot of collaboration. So understanding the market needs, what's the problem that needs to be solved, who is this going to impact? So it's you can't do innovation without people.
Isolation.
Yeah,
I'll sit in my
absolutely
room
not.
and make notes and say, this is what innovation is. That's what I'm going to execute.
Exactly.
Zimasa, any additions to what has been expanded on what innovation is?
Yes, I agree with the ladies. And I think the most part that I also believe in is that they not just solving problems, right? It's doing things differently. Because sometimes you see opportunities. Obviously, at the end of the day, it needs to deliver value to the person you're doing it for. Otherwise, why are you doing it? So hence, there needs to always be the why. Why are we doing this? Which is the North Star that you would probably set up as whether it's within yourself as in a personal capacity or in the professional environment in corporates. So there must always be a goal that you're trying to meet in doing this innovation for. There's some structure that's required. As much as it's a creative and free-flowing type of process, but you need to structure it in such a way that it delivers that value. Yeah.
So value delivery is also one of the key things that I'm getting from what you're saying, Z. So I shouldn't just be innovating for the sake of innovation, but there needs to be an outcome in what I'm doing that can show value. Well, that's impressive. Thanks, Z. And Yulia, any additions to what has been mentioned?
Yes, I think it's about people, not just bright ideas. And I think for innovate something you need to be in some I think maybe not in some big organization like IT technology, because technology can give us opportunities. So it's important, and I think organizations that want to stay relevant need be to start innovating. So
so over and above people being innovative, now we're saying that it's very important that IT is also included to make sure that they build things in differently. Like Zimasa was saying, that thinking differently and not just thinking new, but thinking how you can enhance your system processes to be delivered differently. That's what I'm getting.
Yes, and it's about place, correct place and correct time, correct people around you.
Yeah, being at the right time, at the right place to resolve current issues, right? That's interesting. So now I'm interested in understanding. So we mentioned that I think three principles of technology where you need to, when you make changes, you make sure that you focus on process, people, and technology. So those principles came out from this conversation, and I'm interested in understanding from a technology perspective, how do we become innovative in today's world from your views? Using technology now, how do we make sure that we are innovative? So can I start with you, Lauren, from your experience?
Well, I think as important technology is, it doesn't always apply in every situation, right? So when we speak about who are we doing this for, the structure around creating a valuable outcome, like thinking about my social innovation past, like technology isn't always the answer in terms of like the modern day definition of technology, but at the same time, like a pen could be considered technology. Because it depends how you use it. It depends how it's designed. It depends on a lot of factors, right? That's kind of why I hate the idea of inclusive design, because you're always going to miss somebody out every time, no matter what. So like, is that even real? Is something that I think about.
That's impressive. I mean, with my experience as well, my challenge is always making sure that everyone who is a contributor is available at the time that I'm thinking about this brilliant idea. You'll always miss someone, and you just need to work around it because it may not turn out well because you've missed that critical person. Idunnu, on your side, in terms of people, how do you think innovation impacts people?
Well, people are usually, well, generally the recipients of innovation. Either they receive it or they are active in innovating, the whole process of innovating. But yeah, people are definitely very important when it comes to innovation. Like I mentioned earlier, collaboration, innovation is all about collaboration. So what value do we need to add? Let's come together. How can we do things better? How can we add value? How do we make something more efficient, more effective? So people are, yeah, we definitely need bright minds to come up with innovative ideas in any situation, right? So even in the application of technology, we need people. So that's, yeah.
It's interesting that with yourself and Lauren, so I spoke specifically about technology with her, but it touched on people. And I'm talking to you about technology, and then it touches on people.
Yeah.
So there seems to be an interlink between people and technology. Z, I'm interested in on your side, how does innovation impact processes? So you would have existing processes, as you said, but you're finding new ways of doing those processes. How does innovation impact processes?
So, I mean, if you look at the banking industry, right, within the Africa space, we have a lot of unbanked people. I mean, banking is not as developed in every single country because they are different economic states. So, an innovation such as e-wallet, sending money to your phone, through your phone without needing a bank account, that's what I feel is meets the need for the customer and the bigger need, which is financial inclusion. So some people are not able to reach certain, to be able to use certain innovations, if I can call it, or certain capabilities that are available. But what innovation does is enable a process to be better, which is not only now can you get a transfer from one account to another account, but you can send it to their number and then they can withdraw that cash. And I think from a process perspective, I think there's always three things that you look at, which is it faster? Is it delivering better quality? And is it efficient and does it bring value? So I think there's aspects that you look at from a process perspective, because you engineer in order to deliver some value. And if it's not doing it efficiently, am I producing more products with this products than I used to, like within an hour? Maybe I used to produce 10, now I produce 20. So that's for me is innovation. And sometimes doesn't necessarily mean technology. It could be there were multiple handovers and we decided one person can do this. So yes.
Awesome, thanks, Steve. And then Yulia, do we have any specific technologies in the market today that are enhancing or ensuring that we are more innovative in the way we do things?
Yes, I think it's AI, definitely about all of AI technology today that can bring us something new and we can adopt this technology, because sometimes you need time for adapting. So it's not just you have some idea, brilliant idea, and we have some innovation. No, we have some ideas and we need the time for this innovation. The people need adapt. So today it's AI technology definitely, and automatization of processes.
Awesome. So when it comes to artificial intelligence, because now we're introducing, I think it's a it became a buzzword since the release of ChatGPT. Not that it's a new concept, but it just became more popular. How do we see artificial intelligence impacting the triple constraints we brought forward, which was people, technology, and processes, when it comes to innovation? All right. So Z, would you like to elaborate there on how do we see artificial intelligence impacting these triple constraints that we introduced about innovation?
AI.
Yeah.
The buzzword. So from a people perspective, I mean, if you think about it, AI is learning, it's machine learning, and basically what it does from the receiving end, right, from the customer side, and I always want to think of things from the customer side. You are able to, from a Netflix, give me the shows that I want to see, that are relevant to me. I don't want to see other shows. If I'm into horror, I don't want science fiction. If you are in the telco industry, you want to be offered plans that are relevant to my usage, and how much I consume from a data perspective, from a voice perspective. So, and from a financial services sector, it's aligned to whatever I need in terms of my expenses, the income coming in, how much can I invest? So that learning of, at the end of the month, I only have 2,000 left, and I can invest that somewhere and it will yield this much within a year.
Yeah.
So those things, that's I see from a people perspective, AI comes in. I mean, from a technology perspective, it enables existing technologies. So AI with on an app, on an e-commerce platform, suggestions that it can make, so that if this thing was bought, it can be bought with something else, and you can use it together. And then from a process perspective, I mean, if you think about it, virtual assistants, and you know, agents that can assist people, and AI combined with other technologies, robotics, then it makes a powerful tool.
You actually highlighted all the amazing things about artificial intelligence, and those are actually real life situations that we are already dealing with, but they're being enhanced by artificial intelligence. Great points, Z. There's also a side that in the market is being highlighted, which is how would artificial intelligence impact us negatively? Still using the three constraints that we have defined our innovation, can we just highlight where we foresee artificial intelligence hindering us? Idunnu, you're nodding. It sounds like there's a burning issue that you want to share here.
It's a very interesting topic, because even in my program now, we talk a lot about ethical issues, lots and lots of things going on around artificial intelligence. Well, in the people side of things, I think there's a risk of less human to human interaction, because I can get everything using almost everything using ChatGPT. Tell me how to do this. So someone might think, why would I have to get a mentor to explain this whole process to me when I can just type it on ChatGPT, right? There's so many things, even in terms of processes. Yes, it makes processes faster. I can get templates. It can edit my paragraphs, my essays, things like that. But I feel like there's a part of the human brain function that might deteriorate just using ChatGPT for everything. Yeah, I get, like, I listen to some things, YouTube, social media, and they're like, yeah, I use ChatGPT for this, for that, for my assignments. Yeah, someone said, yeah, they use it for their assignments. And I'm like, we're in school to actually develop our ability to research, find things, understand things better. But if we have things just thrown at us, answers everywhere, it kind of affects the learning process. So that's definitely a risk. lots and lots of advantages, but there's risks as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually interesting. Maybe you mentioned that we use our brains, or by doing human things, we build in certain muscles in our brains to be able to do research and do other activities. Do you think this is now changing the narrative of what a human is in terms of what exactly should a human be doing? Should we be doing research? Should we be doing those things? Laura, do you have any perspective on this one, on how should now human beings reinvent themselves in the world and their contribution to the world?
I think what people need to focus on is their critical thinking skills.
Yeah.
I think research is super important, and I totally agree that just getting all these answers, people are going to go, oh, well, that must be right, you know, and then just
Yeah.
move on with their lives. It's like when you use, or when people, and people have been doing this for a long time, because when you Google something, Google gives you a little blurb at the top. You don't have to go and click through a bunch of websites, and most people, I'm assuming, would just go, oh, that's the answer, you know, and move on with their lives.
Yeah.
And the same thing is going to happen with AI and using ChatGPT. And I think that a lot, like I've seen this over the years, that like there's not a lot of debate or conversation around what these types of technologies spit out and what they tell us. And people take it without a grain of salt, where I really think that they should. And like, I'm a full advocate for making your own decisions. I think that these technologies will help innovation because they can make idea generating maybe faster. So if you're using these things and it's spitting out ideas at you and you're still using your critical thinking skill set, then that will help you move forward with innovation. But if you're not thinking critically about what any technology is telling you, Google, ChatGPT, whatever, if it's trustworthy or it's not, it's kind of like just watching a YouTube video and being like, oh, that person is saying something, so they must be right. Like that doesn't make any sense.
Like this conversation we
have. No, but we know what we're talking about.
Are you saying that everyone must be double checked on everything that was said? Find a peer review paper. Let's find a peer review paper to confirm if what you're saying is correct. Yeah, Azzy, you're nodding furiously. What's happening? What do you think?
No, I mean, I hear what Lauren is saying, and it's true. I think with everything, you need to verify it. And there needs to be guardrails, right? Because in some cases you're putting information into a system and you don't know where it's going. So I think that's where companies and people need to be very careful with our AI apps, because in some cases, if you wanted to do specific things, you're expecting a specific outcome, you need to feed it input. So in those cases, I think that's where we need to be careful, because you may be feeding information to competitors. And also there's ethics around it, right? In terms of when is it appropriate for the AI to suggest certain things? If I'm pregnant, do I really want it to be such a thing, you know? Baby stuff yet. What if I haven't decided if I'm keeping the baby, and where's the privacy in that? So I think, there is some ethics and also confidentiality verification of the information from it. So check your sources. As with any technology, make sure it's doing things right as well.
Totally agree. Lauren, from your knowledge, what feeds into these artificial intelligence? Is it reliable sources?
Probably a mixture. Like, from what I know, and I'm forgetting what the website or organization is called, but there's like a crawl that happens over the internet, right? And then it gets information from that. I believe it also gets information from past prompts. So whatever other people write in, it takes that and adds that, right? You know, we have to ask Curtis at work. He'll tell us.
We'll definitely ask him. Actually, we did have an interview with him at some point where he shared some insights on what feeds into artificial intelligence. Ladies, I would like to thank you for joining the IT Global Direction today. It has been a fruitful conversation. You can tell that artificial intelligence, it's like a hot topic right now, because every conversation we have, it leads into artificial intelligence. Maybe artificial intelligence is starting to be real intelligence and not artificial intelligence. Who knows? But this was a real interesting conversation of what innovation is. And you highlighted key points around this, but what I took out from the conversation was that there are triple constraints that aligned with innovation that we always need to take into consideration, meaning that innovation is not all about technologies. You need to look at technology, people, and processes to make sure that you are well innovative. It was also mentioned that innovation is not about building new things, but enhancing what you have today. So I think those were my takeouts out of the conversation, very fruitful discussions, and thank you for joining IT Global Direction once again. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Nice.